everybody. Welcome back to my channel, I guess. It's so weird to be a person on the internet. I recently finished the sketchbook and I just wanted to share some of the highlights, which do include lessons, I guess. And so, yeah, I started this in November. I finished it earlier this month. And I just wanted to kind of give the highlights instead of a page by page thing, again, with some of the lessons that come with it. So let's dig in. This is the very first intro, or the very first page, which is very important to me. I'm both setting like the intention and reminder of my art practice through the sketchbook, and I'm also kind of grounded myself in the moment that is right now living through genocide that is sponsored by the US. And as somebody who lives in the US, yeah, just feeling that extra heavily in my heart. So you will see a few of my pieces throughout that are themed around Palestine and for Palestinian liberation. So yeah, let me translate this part, and this is just me reminding myself why I'm doing this and why it's important to me. So, place to play in, experiment, checking or testing what I want or don't want to do. I cannot know if I don't do, if I don't make, if I don't create, if I don't physicalize it, and whatever I do, whatever I make is enough. Your sketchbook can be a place to just express your feelings, and however that makes sense to you. It doesn't have to look pretty. It can be drawings and text, and it can just be whatever. It can look however you want. Here I copied this quote from a video online by this person. I thought it was such a beautiful video. They were camping outside the White House for several days after October 7th in support of Palestine. And yeah, just some thoughts. So yeah, your sketchbook is a place for you to, can be a place like a journal. It can include illustrations. It can include whatever, however, in whatever format. Okay, so this quote looks like crap, but I really liked it. And you can read it. I'm not gonna read it out loud, or maybe I will. Art is a place for imagining, sitting, observing, listening, integrating, and creating. It takes so many forms. Artistic inquiry is the work of uncovering and remembering who we are. Rupa Maria. And this is from a podcast called Creation for Liberation, I think. I'll link it in the comments. But I really liked the quote. It impacted me, and I knew that I needed to put it down somewhere. So I did. So your sketchbook can be a place where you put down your idea, however it looks. It's just the first draft, right? It's not the final version, but just physicalize your ideas. That is so important. If it's just a thumbnail, if it's like a corner of a page, anything, however it looks, just put it down on paper. But this one, I had absolutely no like goal or anything at all. As you can tell, or as y'all can probably tell, I think this is like a part of my desk, art desk. Some pens, some thoughts, some selfies, different things I was trying, like poppies and keys, right to return, again about Palestine, and just different things. I think these are different like quotes from lyrics and videos that I had seen, different things that I was like, themes and topics that I was like exploring at the time. And it doesn't look pretty, it looks however it looks, but to me it's nice to be able to look at it and be like, oh, this is a snapshot of this moment in my life, and I like it. I did a thing, I physicalized it. So yeah, your schedule can be a place um, to snapshot your life, and it can look ugly, quote unquote ugly, right? It can look however you want, but you're doing the thing and you're showing up. Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Okay, and I also just wanted to give like a little bit of a zoom, just to make this more dynamic. Okay. Number four. Okay, so this one's a little bit heavy, or it's a bunch of different things. Um, your sketchbook could be a place for you to, and this is like a pretty obvious one, but yeah, plan pieces, capture your ideas, capture moments that can become other things in the 3D. And it can also be a place where you um, track moments of your life. So before I explain these two, I want to explain this one first. This is um, this is a obviously a paper handout, an illustration, and a poem on the back for a memorial that was held here in Chicago, where I reside, for well, and there you can see it, Rifat Alarir. He was murdered and martyred by the IOF. He was an amazing professor and poet, and I will link a video in the comments where that goes into his legacy and the impact that he had on his community. And he had a lot of connections in Chicago, so the loss was especially felt locally. Yeah, so that's what this is. Your sketchbook can be a place to capture moments like that, and you can draw doodles around it or anything. I didn't in this case, um, but yeah, paste everything, add anything extra, and it doesn't have to be paper stuff either. It can be a plant, it can be whatever. Um, what I did here, I these are actually designs for shrinky dink earrings, and here these are honestly drawings of just like wild plants I see in the park, and I was microdosing on shrooms, to be honest with you. And just everything looks so much brighter, so much more beautiful. And I actually made some stickers from these, like these two specifically. But I think I was just challenging myself to use markers, or go further with using markers and like mixing colors and color palettes and stuff like that. And these are all Tumbo, like water-based markers. It's nothing fancy. You can see like some of the drops here. Well, let me like some drops here, which also give me ideas to like, oh, this is something I could try in the future. So yes, your sketchbook is a place to plan for like physical stuff, and your sketchbook is a place to track your life. Here I think just like as a reminder of like your sketchbook as a place to experiment. I don't think I've actually done um, or played or done pieces for these using these. These are markers that are water soluble and are really cool. Um, I might do that looking back at this. I'm like, okay, let me take this out again. And these are just quotes, or not even quotes. These are like either thoughts that I was like just ruminating in through my life, and or in that moment, and I still have to do something with it. Like I really want to do something with this. And these are just my own like fears around my work and my commitment to art and everything like that. So your sketchbook is like a conversation with yourself and with your practice, right? Um, and it doesn't have to look this colorful. It doesn't have to look. You don't have to be trying all these cool different art supplies if you don't have access to it. However, you show up in any way that you can matters is important. It helps in your journey. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay. I like this one especially because it's basically nothing. I was starting to use like one of those roller thingies for my jelly prints, which you will see later on. Some of those prints in here, or actually, I think this was for Linacut. So I just wanted to clean it off on the paper. And my plan here was to draw something over it, but I didn't. I might go back one day and do it, but I think like, and this is just from me like carving or testing some different carving styles on this block that I ended up not liking because it's so soft and it kind of falls apart a little bit too easily. Um, but yeah, it was still something, and your not all of your sketchbook pieces have to be or sketchbook pages have to be productive or lead towards something greater or teach you something, right? They can just be they can just be, and that's totally fine. Okay. Number 7. I think this is like one of the pages that is closer to a piece, but I was also not really planning anything. I was just doodling with watercolor, and these watercolors are so nice. Like, but what I use is like this sample sheet that just has like literally like tiny dots of paint, and you can get so much out of it. And of course, I brought it back to Palestine. This is but it was still fun to just do the thing and play around and see like how the colors interacted with each other. This one is like a sketch with quotes that stood out to me of this book talk by Haymarket Books about socialism. Seriously, I recommend it. I will link it in the comments if I remember to. And it's just portraits of the speakers in the talk. So okay, before I move on, I guess the ideas that I'm trying to transmit here is that if you ever run out of topics, you can watch a video, you can watch a movie, a TV show, and it can help you process what you're hearing by writing out what you like. Um, and this one is just more experimenting. Okay, this is another one that's kind of a piece, and but it's really a sketch. Um, I would like to do it a little bit more, clean it up, and obviously fix the everything that's wrong with the the anatomy. But yeah, it's one of those like, let me get this down and worry about it looking pretty later. Um, and this is actually, I think I have a video for this in this channel, or in this YouTube's, and it's just like a meditation thing where I play several songs in a row and I doodle whatever I comes up, idea wise. I keep it to a few markers, so I'm not using all of my markers, and it looks like a clown vomit. But yeah, so that's like an idea. Meditation doodles that don't where you don't have like a specific place you're trying to get to. You're just putting marks on paper, and you'll be surprised at what comes out. Honestly, I recommend it too if you're trying to get more into meditation, but you can't do the whole let me not think thoughts. um, okay, let's move on to the next one. also